Hey, it's Keisha. Welcome and welcome back. We're on our next reading in Ask and It Is Given. We should be process 9, I believe. Let us begin where we begin, and then we'll just get into it from there. So let us first close our eyes and just take a deep breath in and let it out. Another deep breath in and out. Just begin to feel ourselves becoming more and more aware of our bodies, our physicality, becoming more present in this moment, this time and space. Releasing cares and concerns, the busyness of the day, of the week. If you feel attached or corded to anything or anyone, or likewise if you feel like anyone or anything is attached or corded to you, go ahead and release those cords and let them go back to source so that you can be in your own body, safe and free. Lovingly and gently recall all of your power back to yourself. Now feeling yourself more whole. And we'll see a column of white light coming down over us. Notice that that white light is cool and comforting to the touch. Provides an air of stillness, of peace, of calm. As you breathe it in, see it filling the spaces between the cells, enlivening and quickening each cell of the body. The light that surrounds you now becomes the light that infuses you, the light that becomes you. You are the light. You draw power and existence from the light. When you're ready, lift up that column, lift up higher and higher, out of the worldly way, out of physicality, out of earthly existence, into that space of oneness, of peace, of knowing, of great potential, where all resources are present, all right action is known. And choice is infinite. Breathe into that unique vibration that is you. Feel your light shining. And when you're ready, come to our favorite space in the, or place in the grove, where we will begin our next lesson. With your heart open and your mind open, gently open your eyes. It's always good. It's always there for us. So last video we talked about the Book of Positive Aspects, and I said, uh-oh, it sounds like that journal that I was wanting had a reason to come into being, and it most certainly did, and here it is. So not that this ad is sponsored, but Brahman, if you hear me, if you see me. Yeah, so this was a journal that I got from Brahman. They're one of my favorite leather emporiums. I even splurged and got the monogram, the KL. And of course, you know, I titled my front page, The Book of Positive Aspects. And I included, you know, the questions here that we generally want to ask and make sure that we're covering in the Book of Positive Aspects. And then I started already on a couple of different pages, just talking about different things that were of interest and important to me. And I look forward to continuing to use this and filling it up. And I think I've already found a supplier for more notebooks. But yeah, I absolutely love this. And I love, if you recall back to the description for process 8, she was very precise in describing the type of journal that it needed to be, in terms of it, you wanted to pick something that was perfectly suited to you. And of course, as I read that, I was thinking about this journal because I've had my eye on it for a while, but I just didn't have a place or a use for it. And I'm so glad that we're reading this book and I had this process, because as this has been on my desk and I've seen it, its beauty calls to me. And I just love that everything that I'm writing in it is so positive and reorients my direction towards the positive. And so I feel like everything good is coming because I have this beautiful journal. So you don't have to get one from Brahmi. It doesn't have to be leather. It doesn't have to be this this luxurious. But when I thought about what the perfect journal for me for that particular activity was going to be, this was it. And I'm really glad that I came up off a little coin to get the thing that I wanted, because it's made the experience of using it that much richer. So there. Moving on to our next process in the book. We are on process 9, I believe. Let's see, I don't really have it bookmarked. Okay. Yeah, process 9 is scripting. So when to use this process? When you're feeling good and want to add specifics to what you are creating in your life experience. When you want the thrill of identifying and writing down things you would like to experience, and then seeing the universe deliver to you the details as you described. When you want to consciously experience the power of your specifically focused thought. The current emotional set point range that you want to engage in when you're to do this exercise is going to be somewhere between 2 and 6. 2 for us is passion, 6 is hopefulness, and in between there we have, let's see, so 2 is passion, 3 enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness, 4 positive expectation or belief, 5 optimism, 6 hopefulness. Now if you think back to the emotional set point ranges that we've discussed so far, at least when I read this one, it seemed kind of odd for us. We're usually somewhere between 1 and 10, 1 and 22, but this has us between 2 and 6. And so I was curious as to why, and as we go through, we'll understand. As you focus clearly upon the things that you desire and hold no contradictory vibration that causes resistance, whatever you desire must be. For when you ask, it is always given, every time, no exceptions. If something that you desire is not coming, it can only be that you are not allowing it to come because of the thoughts that you practice that are contrary to your own desire. Nothing else prohibits you from realizing every dream. So, with the scripting process, how it works. Pretend that you are a writer and that whatever you write will be performed exactly as you write it. Your only job is to describe in detail everything exactly as you want it to be. That's it. That's the basic gist of what the exercise is going to be. As you are having fun playing this game and you are not taking it too seriously, any of your hindering beliefs are less likely to be activated. In other words, pretending that you're a typewriter, word processor, computer, or notebook is magical. Pretending that you're a typewriter, computer, or word processor, or notebook is magical. And that whatever you write can be realized, you accomplish 2 things that are necessary for the achievement of anything. 1, you focus the lens of your desire, and 2, you offer no resistance. Because if we know that what we were writing is going to be performed in evidence to us as we write it, then it's only up to us to choose the highest and best and the most positive and wonderful experiences. So we're giving focus and attention to that, getting excited about it for sure. And then, of course, we're not offering any resistance because we know that it's a magical typewriter, computer, notebook, what have you, and whatever we write is going to be. So basically, it's more like not so much about being attached to the outcome, but more like having fun in the process and just letting your mind go to, being as positive and joyful as you can possibly be. And that means that everyone and anyone can, in fact, do this. Often you'll be able to know when you're on the brink of a breakthrough manifestation by virtue of the way that you feel, right? If you play the game often and enjoy it when you play it, you will begin to see amazing evidence of the power of the game. Things that you have written will begin to occur in your experience as if you were directing a play upon a stage. And when someone you are interacting with says words that you have scripted, you'll be delighted as you recognize the power of your own intent. You are the vibrational writers of the script of your own life. And everyone else in the universe is playing the part that you have assigned to them. You can literally script any life that you desire, and the universe will deliver to you the people, places, and events just as you have decided they should be. For you are the creator of your own experience, and you only have to decide and allow it to be. And this is why the emotional set point range was set from 2 to 6. Because 1 is, joy, acknowledgement, empowerment, love, appreciation. So if you are in a state where you're hopeful, you're expectant, you're joyful, you're passionate, but you don't yet have the thing, then your joy has not yet been made entirely full. So we're just a step away. And that's why we want to be in those higher vibrations from 2 to 6, but maybe we haven't quite gotten to that 1, and this is what's going to take us over the top into that 1. Something I want to point out as I was thinking about how we would proceed with this exercise. Generally speaking, you're going to be writing down all the things that are positive that you want to experience and how you want to experience them. As you're doing that, especially in the beginning, you may find that there are negative thoughts that come up that are the antithesis of the positive aspects that you're trying to put out. And I would say, take note of them, right? You are still going to focus the activity on writing down the most positive aspects of the things that you want to experience. The reason I say take note of the negative is because I then, on a separate piece of paper or in a separate spot, I want you to write down that negative experience and work your way through it till you can understand it from all sides and remove the negative charge from it. So I read this passage earlier in the week to get an idea of what we would be talking about, and I've been trying to think about what an example would be for that. And so, for instance, if you're writing about you're wanting to be in a relationship, and you're writing about all these positive things you want to experience in a relationship, but then a negative thought comes up and says, counter to what the positive that you're writing, and it says something like, but that's not really true for me, or that's never going to be true for me, or it's not possible for that to happen, right? You want to write that notice, make note of that, and then come back to it, and then begin to examine it. Why wouldn't that be true for you? If you thought of it, the desires of the Father, which means that they were put into your heart by the divine and therefore able for you to realize it's something that you can in fact experience. If you can look around and see evidence of that type of person or that type of relationship in existence for another person, then you can welcome the fact that if it's there for them, it could be there for you. So you'd want to look at those negative aspects and really find out if they are true for you. And ultimately, as you begin to question them and put them under closer scrutiny, you realize that they don't hold water. And in that way, you will be overcoming the negative resistance to the ideas that you're putting forth. Now, I will say this is, especially in the beginning, as it comes up, it will be a little more work. But that's because you're uprooting those negative beliefs that have been hindering your progress so far. And the more that you can engage with it, the more that you script for the positive and you continue on with removing those negative beliefs, you will eventually get to a point in your scripting where it is all positive and you're not throwing up a negative belief. And when you recognize that shift, you can also congratulate yourself and pat yourself on the back, because that's a sign of your growth, right? You're no longer putting up negative thoughts or resistant ideas to these good things that you are thinking and dreaming about. So just something to keep in mind. Scripting, going back to the book, is one of those processes that we offer to assist you in telling the universe the way you want it to be. If you're already in vibrational harmony with your desire, you know it because your desire is already in your physical reality. But if there's something that you want that has not yet come to fruition, then scripting is a good way to speed it up. Scripting will help you break your habit of talking about things as they are and will help you begin talking about how you would like things to be. Scripting will offer you the vibration. Scripting will help you offer your vibration deliberately. Because in the scripting, you're writing it in your present tense, right? I am enjoying, I'm so happy and grateful that this thing is unfolding for me, just as, this is what I'm going to say and this is how it unfolded. You can also talk about it from the past, like this is what happened. Because again, the mind does not recognize the sense of time. It just knows that the events have to have happened to elicit that feeling. So the more that you're writing, either from the present or the past tense, that it's already happened and you're already excited about it and you're recounting this beautiful memory, then the subconscious begins to work to create the conditions so that you can experience those things, because it has that expectation already been set. And there you have it. That is the scripting exercise. A little bit shorter than our usual readings, but that's because I think this one is so straightforward. I look forward to, I think we'll give this one 2 weeks as well, so that you'll have a little bit of time to script over a couple of days, begin to see things unfold in your world, and we'll come back to discussing in 2 weeks, what that looks like for you. And hopefully I will have something that I can either record as a short or come back and share with you at the beginning of the next video. All right, my lovely and wonderful people. You all have a great 2 weeks, and I'll see you here soon. And most definitely, well, I'll be loving you in the meantime. Y'all take care. Bye.